Okay, it has probably happened to you at some point in your life. Your favorite artist comes to town. You get online to buy the tickets right when they go on sale because you write it down in your planner. But guess what? They're gone. So how exactly does this happen?
All right, maybe you heard about the ticket fiasco for the reunion tour of My Chemical Romance earlier this year. Well, the band hadn't toured since 2010 and last released new music in 2012. And when tickets finally went on sale, opportunistic buyers bought out most of the inventory. Fans were livid, including one of our own KSL producers who entered the online queue right when it opened and still couldn't buy a ticket to their Las Vegas show. He looked onto resale websites like StubHub to find the ticket price nearly doubled. Taylor Swift's Lover Tour, which held fans in ticket queues for hours, had similar issues. Variety magazine also reported the vendor Live Nation facilitated the transfer of concert tickets directly into the hands of resellers for the Metallica tour show in Minneapolis back in 2017. Live Nation told the magazine about a dozen artists out of the thousands we work with asked us to do this between 2016 and 2017. The vendor putting on My Chemical Romance's tour tried avoiding this issue by using Ticketmaster. Their online queue is supposed to help combat online scalper bots, which automate buying through an algorithm and can grab all the tickets before you get in line. But the algorithm also works like airline tickets, adjusting prices by levels of demand. Online forum Kerrang reported that the band agreed to a few extra tour dates and re-released some tickets to soften the blow.
But still, it's kind of aggravating, right? You're a true fan. You deserve to get those tickets. Unfortunately, that's not what happens. Now, there are some tricks to raising your chance of getting a ticket to that event. First, some credit card companies have exclusive pre-sales for certain groups like American Express card holders. And some vendors, venues, and radio stations also have pre-sales. Live Nation and Vivint both have opportunities one day before the weekend who's coming to Salt Lake goes on sale. So watch out for that. Also, KSL's sister station, FM 100, says you should be wary of resellers. They say vendors are the best source of tickets, even if it means paying just a little bit more. Now, the problem of ticket gouging is typically unique to bigger names and venues. Well, here in Salt Lake City, smaller venues that sell out of tickets or space will sometimes move to those larger venues nearby. Now, that happened with the Orville Peck, who comes to Salt Lake City in May. Now, he was originally slated to play Metro Music Hall, which holds about 600 people, but the high demand outgrew the venue, and his tour date was moved, and the location is now the Depot, which is double the capacity. Vendors make more money when they can sell more tickets, which need a bigger location. Well, Vivint Smart Home Arena holds 18,000 people. Lots of big names play there, and all of them can sell out those venues. But there's no bigger venue to move to, which means as the number of available tickets dwindles, the prices can skyrocket. Think of it like Uber or Lyft. Typically, you can expect a trip's price to stay about the same. A trip from here in downtown Salt Lake, KSL, to maybe Park City, it typically costs about $40 per trip. Well, let's say we wanted to go to the Sundance Film Festival. Because so many people want to be there at the very same time, those rideshare services could surge their prices 2, 3, maybe 4 times more. There are still cars to take people up Parley's Canyon, but those willing to pay more during that surge will make it to the event, and people who don't want to pay that will simply get left out. But what happens when supply does run out? There is a secondary market, and you may call them scalpers. We've all heard of this. Well, there are some legitimate secondary market vendors like StubHub or SeatGeek they use algorithms to help the seller get the most profit and also the buyer get the best deal. But there are also the taboo characters who sit outside the venue with ticket in hand, willing to sell you a ticket at their own price and for cash. Often those scalpers will cost you an arm and a leg, and that, my friends, is called price gouging, which most people consider an explicit, unfair, also unethical practice. You've probably heard the term after natural disasters like hurricanes when sellers skyrocket prices for just bottles of water. Charging extremely high prices for necessities during an emergency is illegal in most states. However, price gouging doesn't apply to non-emergencies and especially not for luxuries like concert tickets. Whew. Did we learn something today, guys? Sure did.